ever get... It's me in the plane coming to give you some more information on Shaolin Chi Mantis in our online school. Consider it background music. Okay? This is Burbank background music. All right, I want to real quickly just go through the table of contents because I want you to get an idea of what you're going to learn. And so I'm going to give you the sections. Okay, so in other words, the form I'm going to teach you in 4 months, basically. Depends on how long it takes online. It might be a little longer, could be shorter. But anyway, it's a 4-month curriculum. That's the way all the lessons are planned out. So 16 classes. 16 sections in this book. That's it. So each section of this book is one section of the Tai Chi form. We teach you everything within that window and we keep going. All right, so the first section of this form, and there's philosophical things that are going to happen. The first time I teach you the form, the first 4 months, you're going to learn how to get from the beginning to the end and just do the dance. The second time, the second semester, you're going to learn how to do the breathing. You're going to learn how to get your energy flow. During the third semester, you're going to actually start moving energy around in your body. It's going to be really amazing. And of course, you're going to be getting all kinds of other kung fu each semester too. But in terms of just the Tai Chi form, there's each semester is a level of progression. And then finally, in the 4th semester, I'm going to teach you how to fight with every single Tai Chi move you know. And so you're going to realize you're a fighting master, but it doesn't work if I teach you right at the beginning. You're going to get really good to make that Tai Chi and all the movements normal, and then I'm going to show you how to use them for fighting, and you're going to go, hey, look, I already knew how to fight. And you will. You're going to be a real, believe me. None of my students, yeah, it works. Okay, section 1, we got a theme for it. It's called Seek Outside. So in other words, in section 1, you're seeking outside your reality. You found me. Section 2, you got to learn how to look. Looking and learning. You got to learn to have focus. Next, section 3, you have to learn how to listen. Listen requires a certain kind of awareness. All these are abilities you're developing throughout this semester. We're going to develop over years too. Okay, then the next one is learning. Okay, so you're looking, you're listening, but are you learning anything? It's like watching television. Did you learn something? You have to learn how to learn, and we're going to teach you how to do that too. Walking and standing is a really fun way to do that. We do that in that class. Okay, here, next one is power. What is power? We're going to define power in a bunch of different ways and realize our own kind of pursuits and utilization of power, how we take, and including the next lesson, chapter 6, which is energy. We're going to teach all about different kinds of energy that are in our world, our reality, in our bodies, and everything else. And then production, because now we're going to learn how to produce energy. We're going to learn that, yes, there's existing energy, ambient energy, but we're going to learn how to create energy and how to focus it, channel it, move it. Leopard style kung fu is how to use gravity. It's an amazing, I'm still mastering, 30 years and I still have not mastered leopard style. It's amazing of how to use gravity to empower your punching and kicking. But okay, here we go. Next one is look within. So we've done all this stuff on the external. Now we're going to go inside the body in chapter 8. Chapter 9 is about truth, and truth is very important. I'm going to have a quiz at the end of every one of these sections so you go to the next lesson. Do not lie. Go back, you can take that quiz as many times as you want, but do not lie. The moment you lie, you know you've lied. I don't know you've lied, but you know you've lied. And the moment you've done that, you've destroyed your credibility with yourself. My goal in this program is to get you to believe in yourself. And as long as you know you're a liar, you're not going to believe in yourself. So never, ever lie. My name is Truth, so use that as an inspiration. You know, you're my disciple. So do not lie. It'll ruin you. It will poison you. So don't tell a lie. Go back and fix it, whatever it is. If it says, did you look at that video? And the answer is no. Go back and look at that video and then say yes. Don't lie. Okay? All right. So here we go. Keep me moving on. Number 10 is friendliness. Friendliness is such an important power. It's such an important thing. I call shyness a disease. A disease. Some people think it's cute. I say, that's a disease. How could you say it's cute? It's like an illness, a sickness, boogers coming out their nose. And you think it's cute? Shyness, it's a disease. Do, section 11, it's about doing. Has nothing to do with Nike, but it's about doing. Okay, befriend, number 12. This is an important thing. We talked about being friendly, but that's a very casual thing. To actually be a friend is a whole different level. Okay, then pride. Okay, a lot of people will talk bad about pride and ego and everything. In this school, you're going to learn how to have all kinds of pride, and you're going to have a huge ego too. You can't help it. You're going to accomplish all kinds of wonderful things. You've got to give yourself credit. You're going to have a bigger ego. There's no way around it. You would have to deceive yourself not to have a bigger ego. So that's why we teach you humility. So we will balance it with humility. I don't just teach you humility. You know, that doesn't make any sense. If you have nothing to actually counterbalance it with, then you're just kind of being sheepish, you know, and shy, and maybe people are going to be scared to be around you. They might scare you. So you've got to have an ego, and then you can be humble. Okay, so I'm going to give you an ego. All right, the next thing we're going to teach you is confidence. After all of this, confidence is based upon your ego. This shy person, this scared person has no confidence. You have to have some ego. You have to have some abilities to have some confidence. So we're going to build up the confidence and in all aspects of your life. Next one is floating. Now we're getting kind of like ethereal here. And in water. So we're coming with some of those Tai Chi concepts that you've heard about. Well, we're going to kind of start to develop those in reality. Okay, so those are the 16 sections. You can see as I'm teaching you, I've got concepts that I'm going to be developing at the same time. Moving fast here. This is the program explanation. All right. This Tai Chi Beginner program has been developed by Master Zhen as a foundation for physical and mental balance while creating an awareness of Qi energy flow. Qi energy requires time and effort to master. About half of all Shaolin Chi Mantis Tai Chi Beginner students graduate with some control of their energy flow. All students at least become aware of their Qi energy presence. That, I've got 100%. So you're going to, it's cool. You're going to be able to feel your own energy. The minimum requirement to receive a Tai Chi Beginner certificate is to be able to perform the Tai Chi Yang style short form in entirety for the class in Shifu. Now we're in the online school, so I'm going to have to adapt this. Remember, I wrote this in 1992. So in this case, you are going to videotape your performances every single month, and this is built into your fee. You're going to videotape them and upload them, and we're going to watch them, which of course would cost us money, and that's part of your fee you're paying at the beginning of the semester. We're going to evaluate that, and then we're going to give you back your criticisms or a pass or who knows, but whatever it is, we're going to communicate with you, help you, and we're going to know exactly what you're up to. All right? And each month, we will all, here it is, each month we will all solo perform the short form and offer positive and constructive criticisms to each other. So if this was a class, every month I would have you line up and actually perform for the class anyway. So you'd be doing this and we all kind of help each other to move along, and it's really a good way to learn how to help people. Because the best way to learn how to help people is actually to criticize them. Okay? You don't help people by coddling them. You help them by giving them constructive criticism. That's the best way to help anybody. The lessons and writings contained herein are meant to initiate discussions and open new perspectives. You are encouraged to comment, disagree, or teach the class something. And believe me, we've got a lot of good information to our students. I kind of looking forward to, even in the online community, having group sessions where we can all kind of have more than one person on our monitor screens. I'm hoping we can pull that off sometime soon. At least open your mind to new ideas and seek the truth as it pertains to your life. New information is scheduled on a weekly basis. And in this case, I'm actually going to give you 3 lessons per week. So every week you're going to have 3 classes to go through just to make sure you're even practicing. And you should practice between every class too, to really master and get all the benefits. Unlike traditional Chinese martial arts training, where new information and techniques are taught only after you've mastered the previous lessons, in that case we'd be waiting a long time for some people. This curriculum depends upon the student to be prepared every week for new information. So remember that your next lesson is going to have your next lesson on it, so you've got to be ready. It's up to you to be ready. That's what the quizzes are, to help you a little bit to make sure that you know what you're supposed to do. But you've got to get up. You've got to have the awareness to know what you're supposed to do. The intermediate level of this program, of the Tai Chi program, in the Tai Chi Intermediate program, we use the same Tai Chi Beginner program largely, plus additional materials like the Tai Chi Intermediate book and the Kung Fu books and stuff to refine and perfect the teachings and form movements. Energy flow is emphasized further, and additional techniques and applications are taught. The Tai Chi Intermediate student relearns the form with the beginner students, only this time learning to channel Qi energy within every movement. So in other words, when you're doing the entire form, the Tai Chi form, you can consider it a moving meditation, but you can also make it an entire energy ball war kind of. It's kind of fun and exciting. Okay, let's see. And self-defense techniques and everything are taught also in the intermediate level. And then in the advanced topic, we'll get into more healing exercises and topics and externalizing our energy and being able to sense people. And that's why once you start my Tai Chi program, you'll never be able to look at somebody from behind their back without them noticing anymore. Your energy is going to be so intense. The moment you kind of focus on them, they're going to turn around and look at you. They're going to feel us probing. So we're going to get so adept at moving our energy around. Okay, your daily routine. Stretch. Always stretch your body before exercising. Seriously. Learn the stretching routine shown in this book. Now this book details the yoga, the Chinese Shaolin Chinese yoga kung fu thing, which we're actually going to teach you later. I'm doing the standing stretch yoga, so we've changed this in the last 30 years. I'm going to give you a shorter stretching routine, but we're going to learn this yoga routine in the next couple semesters. All right, here we go. If time or location do not allow a full 20-minute stretch, the standing stretch we can do in 10 minutes. Do some leg lifts, squats, touch your toes, whatever you can do. An audio cassette, the Shaolin Chi Mantis workout, is available. No, it's not, but it used to be, and it's kind of cool. Like I told you, I used to use it for my workouts. Okay, stances. You must learn to stand before you walk, and you have to learn to walk before you can run. So stances are the first step in Kung Fu. Practice these stances daily to improve your strength and balance. I'm serious. Don't put this off. Get it done really quick. Otherwise, you're just going to be crappy Tai Chi forever. You've got to get this done. Just work really hard to get your stances, and it makes everything so much easier, quicker. You must learn, okay, so stationary pivoting stances. In fact, I'm going to get up and show these to you right before we end this videotape, okay? So you got an idea exactly what I'm going to teach you. If you don't like it, then fine. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to teach you. All right? The kicks. Keep your body immobile during kicking. Our goal is to kick with as little body movement as possible. Relax and focus on your control. There's no grunting or straining in our kicking. And we don't have the ki. You're not actually supposed to go like that. Well, you might want to do that if you want to surprise the person, which was the original. I've met some Southern-style Chinese people, and they've told me that they did have something in their styles similar to the ki, which is a startle, it's a distraction, it's a loud shout, which is meant to jar the person's senses to distract them while you're doing a move. So the ki actually has existed in Chinese martial arts, but to be honest with you, I don't really use it, but I would. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'll teach you a few other subtle things, how to confuse somebody with words while you're talking to them. Okay, and practice your form 8 times every day. So if I taught you, you practice that 8 times a day, okay? Every single day. And I'll give you some tricks on how to make that more fun. Okay, special thanks for this book for helping photographs, Aaron Davis, Paul Dunstan, PJ Hare, David Norris. These are some people who helped with this book. Thanks a lot. This was photographed at the Gilgal Mormon Rock Garden in Utah. There's 444 pictures in here, believe it or not. And thanks to the Fetzer family for the use of this beautiful location. This is a little park that we shot all these things in. Let's see. And we also shot in the Jordan Peace Gardens, and to Yang Cheng Fu, whose spirit and innovation, or innovative ambition, has inspired me. And of course to my family, and I give a little credit to my family, Kate Marie O'Connor and Michelle McCarty, who supported me by providing me the time to create this book. Well, now that we're looking at it 30 years later, I squeezed this time in. I guess they just didn't complain about the time, is really what I'm saying. But I got to the point where I had my day down to, I knew how many seconds it took to brush my teeth. I wasn't even tying my shoes for like a year or two, just because I knew I could save 30 seconds by getting my shoes in. And then I'd get my kids to school. I mean, I had my life down to where I could have as many seconds and minutes possible to work on my Kung Fu and my books. I really did. I had it down to a routine. But anyway, but thanks to them anyway. Okay, so welcome along. Every religion, every business, every relationship, every goal is a path. Welcome to this Tai Chi path. This path requires no special initiation or ceremony. All religions are permitted here. All races, ages, and nationalities are welcome to travel this path without giving up your faith and beliefs. And then there's a little asterisk here. It says, you'll be required to leave behind your shame and guilt. You will be required to be healthy and happy. You will be required to develop higher self-esteem and appreciation of life. Don't worry, we also stop worrying. And no matter how difficult it seems to be happy, it is very easy and natural to be happy. Rather than be a victim of your past, Tai Chi will enable you to be the master of your future. And that was one of the things I really liked proving with this book, is that I really was able to empower a lot of people in these rehab centers and prisons and really give them identity. One of the students came back years later and interrupted one of my classes. I didn't recognize him. It had been a few years, and he had a beautiful lady with him, and he said, I just wanted to introduce my wife to you because you're the person who turned my life around in prison. If it wasn't for you, I might not have ever had been a success, and now I've got a family and a kid and a business, and I wanted her to meet you. And so he brought her to my class and introduced me. That was a heartwarming moment. But that's what makes everything worthwhile. I mean, it's nice to make a little money at doing something I would do anyway for free, but when I change lives and improve lives and make people happy, that's worth a lot more than money.